Okay, we're gonna talk about this real quick because I was scrolling on threads and I be seeing the most craziest stuff on threads. Y'all just be saying anything, okay? But anyway, this girl had posted a picture of her and her friends, and she was asking, "Help me understand how my friends are single with no real prospects." Okay, so she's posting a picture and saying that based on their looks, right? And this is how you know women really feel like their looks make them feel like they deserve, all this attention, or, they should be wifed up by now, right? But this is how you know there's more at play than your physical appearance, because just because you look good does not mean you deserve to be taken and in a relationship, because even attractive people can be terrible partners. Your attraction level does not mean that you are a better partner. I mean, because I've heard men say, point me to a attractive female and I'll show you somebody that can't stand her. I mean, literally, you can be attractive, but your inside, like your personality, can make you real, real unattractive. Okay. Not saying that's what the case is, but we need to know what else is going on. We also need to understand their preferences. A lot of times women's preferences keep them single. Okay, because it don't be making no sense, or what they care about really shouldn't be a priority when finding a partner. But this is just how this goes to show you that women really feel like if you are attractive enough, you deserve not to be walking around here not taken. But there's more at play. There's more required from you. And honestly, your physical appearance is not necessarily what's most important. When in order to maintain a relationship, your prettiness is not what's going to keep a relationship going. It's your character. How well do you communicate? Can you cooperate with another partner? Can you learn to compromise? Can you learn to make sacrifices? That's the type of stuff, that makes a healthy relationship thrive, not somebody's prettiness. And y'all really got to get out of that.
Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance. Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's going to happen to you. Now, I love being a mom. I really do. And in fact, I quite enjoy most of the time being a single mom. This is not fair. The world is not set up for single moms. You will struggle. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much you get paid. Especially in this economy right now, okay? The world is not set up for single mothers. It will be hard. It will test you in ways that you didn't know that you could even be tested. You will have to fight for those kids. Most likely, you will have to fight for those kids. You will have to wake up every morning and question, just real talk, if motherhood is really something that you want anymore. Because these men make it so hard. They make it so hard to be a mom. They take away all of the tender moments of motherhood that you could have had, but you were stuck in survival mode. So you didn't even really get to enjoy it. You're just surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can, and you get $250 a month. What the f***? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. $250 a month, and my ex is a nurse. $250 a month. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I'm going to post this.
I'm going to share a story with you why I don't date women with children. And believe me, I wish I was creative enough to make up these stories, but I'm not. Unfortunately, this really happened to me. So I'm going on my 3rd date. I get invited over to her house, and she wants to watch a movie and have some takeout. So I show up with takeout. She answers the door, and she's bawling her eyes out, which was obviously very unexpected. And she begins to explain to me that her dog is super sick and her ex has her dog and she doesn't know what to do and he's going to die and all this. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's like, I have to go. Can you watch my kids? Now, In a normal situation, I probably would have just left, but I didn't know what to do. So I said, okay. I sat there for an hour and a half, played Legos with a 5 and 3-year-old until her friend showed up, and then I left. Welcome to my life, dating in 2025.
Wow, I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be like the typical story where a woman goes out to dinner with a man and she demands that he also pay for some to-go meals for her kids. Look, guys, I'm going to tell you, as a prior single mom, it is not the end of the world, huge red flag, purely out of her being a single mom. But I will on the hill that it is a red flag for a single mom to introduce her kids to you super early on, because that means that you are not the first one that she has introduced them to that early on, and you are not the last. She is essentially desensitized, especially for a woman to go as far as to just leave her kids with you. I mean, for single moms, for moms in general, her children are the most important things in her life, and she will be protective of that, even if her dog ends up before she gets there. So yeah, safe to say this guy dodged a bullet.
My problem is I can be like, you know what? I want a little bit of male attention, okay? I want a little bit of that male gaze. And then 5 million men could give me attention, and I would literally sit there and be like, no man has given me attention in 50,000 years. And the reason is because that, I really just want one specific man's attention. There's just one man I have in mind, and if that man isn't giving me attention, then every single man in the entire world could give me attention, and I would still be like,
there's such a fine line on getting approached when you go out, because sometimes I'll go out and I'll be like, men don't approach anymore. They're all pussies. They don't approach. But then other times I'll get approached too often, and then I'm feeling chopped, approachable. I'm like, am I giving approachable? I'm trying to be unapproachable beauty tonight. Like they say, men don't approach hot girls. So when I get approached, I'm like, if 1 + 1 is 2 and 2 + 2 is 4, what the is this?
When I see a man that's so fine and then I pass him and he doesn't say anything. When people say, oh, girls don't shoot their shot. Yes, they do. If I look at you like this, say you walking this way and I'm walking like this, and if I look at you like this, that's me shooting my shot. Come say something.
So I see a lot of people trying to bash Cam Newton about trying to be funny about his question, but it was a pretty simple and direct question. The reason why Ms. Natalie Nunn had a hard time answering this question is because the baddies lacked this one factor. It's called substance. Character, they have that. Personality, absolutely. Money, yes. And I'm actually proud of that, because a lot of women don't have their own bag. But to be able to be a safe space, secure, pour into another man, I just don't see that in them. Attention is everything to them. All she could only say was that her friend brings light to another man. In other words, exposure. She didn't say anything about her helping him in his growth or development, helping him be a better man or anything. And that's okay. But what separates these baddies from regular, real women is that women really will pour into and grow a man. All the baddies care about is growing themselves and their image. It's all love, though. I'm a fan.
So you telling me that because I already have children that I don't deserve a good man?
She asked if she still deserves a good man as a single mother. His answer was brutal.
Yes. That don't make no sense at all. I'm so glad that the world don't work the way he thinks it should.
I want her to go back with her baby.
She believes her past doesn't define her future worth, while he believes your past choices are the only thing that defines it.
And I would never.
That you open up your legs to is your husband. I used to be in the church, and I will always see women pray to God for a good man. And I always would ask my mom, and she would pop me in the mouth. I would say, well, what about him? Why would God mess his life up by giving him you?
For some reason, you don't make men take accountability for their choices.
You treat people how you want to be treated. Facts. Women will take the best option knowing that she gonna mess his life up, knowing that she gonna slow him down. I see women today, they don't even like guys that got regular jobs no more. And then you want to complain about your health care coverage.
Is he saying what a lot of men are thinking, or is he completely out of line?
I have been so hesitant to post about this, I didn't want to believe it. But after doing so much research, we're just going to lay it out straight. We're in a dating crisis. Not basically, we are. That's what's happening. So let me look at my research here, because I don't want to mess it up. So men looking for casual dates and our relationships is down 50%, 50, since 2019. Not since 1970, since 2019, right before the pandemic, down 50%. They're not fucking looking, which means if you're a woman looking, they don't give a shit. So as this trend continues, by 2040, 45% of women, 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single and childless. based on this trend. Let that sink in for a moment.
Well, you know, these modern women don't really think about anything. They think short term. So they're not thinking about them being single and childless. They're thinking about how good it feels in the interim. They're thinking about how good it feels now. Honestly and truly, it's not really going to be a good day for them once that day arrives. I mean, it's really already here. You have some women, they're sharing, even them sharing their stories. Women are like, well, that's happening to them. That doesn't have anything to do with me. Because modern women always think they're special and bad things will never happen to them. With the way that you're going, you have to be careful. With the way that these modern women are living their lives, and you're patterning your life after theirs because you see, oh, she's making a lot of money, she's a boss babe. A lot of these modern women don't be making the money that you think they do. They just make it seem like that. And they getting the money from you thinking that they're making a lot of money. And they sit up here and tell you generic advice because you have faith and confidence in them instead of trying to get it on your own. You listening to the wrong people. And you just making them richer. And so now when they was making coffee at home and they got their little Starbucks cup that Starbucks cups that they bought off of eBay, empty cups, just like regular cups that they bought off of eBay, or they just might even say, I just, do you know that you can get Starbucks at Walmart? And then you just, every single day, you just do the same thing. If Amazon come up with a sale like it is now on Prime Day, you can go in there and get you a few little things and you can save a little money. And it'll look like you have a glamorous life, but you really don't. And they portray to you that they have a glamorous lifestyle. And you trying to get like them, so you go into their coaching program and they say a whole bunch of generic stuff. And at the end of it, you have nothing to show for it. That's what's happening to modern women.
So now they're saying taking leftovers back home on a first date is a red flag?
That's a red flag for me. Taking
the leftovers
food on your first date. On your first date with someone, leave the food.
What?
Leave the food.
I have to agree.
All right.
Of course you
But
would.
who wanted
Lonely.
to take the food? You or her?
We both didn't want it to go to waste. So I was like,
Facts.
do you want it? And she was like, no. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll take it. So I took it. There were two separate packages, right?
Lauren, can you tell us why taking the food is
Yeah, I'd love to hear this.
an ick?
It has something to do for me, like financially. I think that leftovers, when you take leftovers, it's when you're like in a relationship. As a first date, you just eat whatever you want. And if there's leftovers, you can leave them there and then you can go your separate ways.
What are they talking about? So now everyone's trying to break down everything to like this science of red flags. But if you're telling me if we go on a first date and there's leftovers, one of us taking it back is a red flag due to financial, this feels like it's some chick like is giving broke. We're out eating. I'm not broke, but I don't want it to go to waste. I don't know about y'all, but for me, my mom used to always tell me like on a regular, like, yo, you should finish everything on your plate because somewhere there's some people with nothing to eat. Something like that along them lines. So, I either finish my food or I'm taking it home with me, especially from a restaurant. But what's wrong with taking some food back, heating it up later and just eating it? Like, I feel like everything is like broken down into these categories of yay or nay. Like, it's so stupid. And this is, again, another reason why dating is because you got chicks like this trying to give advice to single women, and the ones that listen are stupid. Because if you're on a date, you're on the same page. It's like, yo, and the dude said, I'm asking her first, hey, do you want to take it home? Like, he gives the courtesy to the woman. Hey, if you want to take it home, cool. But if you're not, I don't want it to go to waste. Y'all can eat that later. The fact that these rules are even out there just show why dating is at its worst it's ever been.
When he goes quiet, please know that he's not ignoring you. He is saving you. You know how it works with most women. We talk to untangle the chaos that we've created in our heads. We need the words out loud to see some sort of path. He is wired completely different. When the weight hits him, he doesn't reach for you first. He goes quiet, not because he's mad, not because he's done with you, but because his mind is at war with himself. So let him work through it on his own terms. For him, talking about the problem with no solution yet feels like a failure. It feels like dumping broken glass on your lap and saying, hey, fix this for me. He hates that. So he carries it inside, chews on it for a little while. That silence that you feel is rejection. It's not. It is your protection. He's shielding you from the storm while he is still standing in the middle of it, dealing with it on his own. Some men go even deeper. They lock the door, kill the noise, and don't come out until they have that problem, or at least have created a solution for it. Until he has an answer, until he can walk back in with you and say, it's handled, I've got it, the words feel useless to him. The worst thing you can do is chase him into that cave and demand that he acts like you would. No, the best thing you can do for him is simple. Give him the space that he desperately needs in that moment. Let him know that you're there, you're calm, and you're not going anywhere. But again, give him that space. Sometimes love looks like sitting on the couch beside your man who hasn't said a word in hours. Just be present with him, because when he finally speaks, it will not be to complain. It will be to tell you that the war is over and he's made sure you never had to fight it. That is how he loves. Quietly, completely, alone first, so you never have to be. So thank him. Arguing with an emotional woman is a losing game always. Not because she's stupid, not because she's wrong, but because the argument was never about logic to begin with. You come in with the facts, she comes in with the feelings, and feelings don't debate, they override. She is not listening to understand you. She's listening to reload, because every word that you say becomes ammo. Every explanation turns into leverage. Every attempt to clear things up just digs you even deeper. And by the end of it all, facts are buried, guilt is now here, and somehow you're the villain and she's the victim. That is not a discussion. That is emotional chaos. And here's what men don't want to hear. The more you argue and snap back, the weaker you look. Strong men do not chase validation through debates. They don't try to win emotionally charged conversations. They also don't need to prove reality to somebody who's already decided how they feel. Silence does what logic never will. It frustrates, it removes the fuel, and it starves the chaos. So, detachment is your power. Your calm is your dominance, and the control is everything. Kings do not argue with pigeons. They don't knock over the pieces. They don't roll in their mess. They walk away. They stay unmoved. They let the noise play on its own. That is not your weakness. That is your mastery. Learn it.
The one thing a man is not going to do when he is not feeling appreciated, he ain't going to complain about it. He ain't going to make no speech. Ain't going to be no announcements. He just going to just. Here are 6 things a man will slowly stop doing when he knows that he is not being valued. Number 1, he gonna stop going the extra mile. When a man knows that he goes above and beyond for his wife, his family, or his woman, and he ain't being appreciated, it's pointless. Number 2, he will stop sharing what's on his mind. When he knows that his ideas, what he says, are diminished or minimized, he just gonna stop talking. Number 3, he will stop being emotionally available. When you know that your energy of you opening up is not welcomed, then you just gonna stop. Number 4, he will stop trying to impress you. The dates will get simpler. The surprises will fade. It literally will go from passion about you to obligation. Number 5, they will stop initiating connection. They get tired of being rejected and they will take their energy someplace else. Number 6, they will stop feeling peace at home. And when a man loses that peace, everything suffers quietly. One thing I know about a man, he is not going to pull away suddenly. It's going to happen over time. And when it does, that's when he will start to hear that he has changed, which is not true. The truth is, men do not change. They just adapt to how they're being treated. Appreciation fuels men, respect keeps them grounded, and peace keeps them present. Always remember that.
In a relationship, do you believe that the woman or the man is the prize?
I think both should be the prize. I think whoever you're dating, man or woman, you equally should always be striving to make that person feel like the prize.
Okay.
But as a woman, as a heterosexual woman, I would like to be thought of more as the prize.
Why do you think that you're the prize in a relationship?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know.
You gotta give me something to back it up.
Okay, so I think 2 things. I think the world has taught us that the woman is the prize, right? So I think if you're in a heterosexual relationship, that's the first thing. The world has taught us that men should chase the woman, which I don't always agree with, right? I don't know. I really, truly don't have an answer for you other than I think women are incredible, right? And I think we should be sought after, and I think we should be chased, and I think we should be pursued consensually and respectfully. But other than that, I don't know if I have a great answer for you, because I do think that like men also deserve to feel like in relationships that they are also pursued. I think that's what keeps a relationship alive.
You know the kind of man that always gets cheated on? I'm gonna tell you the kind of man that gets cheated on. The men that gets cheated on is the men who actually are the providers and the protectors of the family. The men who get up every single day and work 70, 80, 90 hours a week just to provide for his ditzy brain wife that's at home. The one who actually makes sure that there's a roof over your head and your children's head and food in your stomach and your kids' stomach. And probably they're not even the fathers too, and they still make sure that your kids are okay, even though, you know. The ones who actually are providers, the ones who always put themselves last and then put their family first. The ones who don't get nothing for Father's Day or their birthday. The ones who don't even get text messages to see if they're okay. The ones who don't even go to the doctor's office, don't even know what a dentist look like. You know, those kind of men who always just make sure that every single day they just provide, and that is their life, making sure that your life is better. And then you know what his ditzy brain wife does? Cheats on him because she's bored. Because she can't go read a new book or pick up a new hobby. She has to cheat.
How about a male celebrity who's a 9?
Maybe like Glenn Powell.
Anybody else who
Ryan Gosling.
So just to be clear, your league is Ryan Gosling and Glenn Powell.
I guess I've dated men that are as attractive as them.
You dated men who were just as attractive as Ryan Gosling.
Yes, I have.
And Glenn Powell. Nick, do you have a photo of Glenn Powell? So, and also like the body too, like that
Yes.
physically fit, like top 1% male.
Yes, I have dated men like that.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm aware. I'm overweight right now. My dear, you're overweight.
I'm aware of that.
How could you be a 9?
Because I'm not always overweight, just because I'm...
You're currently overweight. You said I'm currently a 9.
Okay.
I would argue you're more attractive than Glenn Powell and less attractive than Ryan Gosling, right? And
Wait,
my point
she's
here,
more attractive
than Glenn Powell, yes, genuinely 100%. I pinky promise you. Now, what I'm saying here is I wouldn't.
Well, you know, I just think that, you know, modern women. Well, and to be honest, she was pretty open. Hey, I don't know why we're thought of as the prize. I would like to be thought of as the prize, but you know, men need to be thought of as the prize as well. Correct. At some point in time, men want to be respected. They want to be shown, hey, somebody actually cares about me. Somebody's actually thinking about me. And she said it right. They've been taught, modern women have been taught, oh, I'm important. Everything is about me. And while men keep on saying that much is true, you are important, but what about me? What about giving me things? Oh, well, Valentine's Day, you know, let's say Valentine's Day. Let's throw that away. Okay, that's for the women, right? But then we start talking about anniversary, when we both got married, when we both got together, and somehow the anniversary is all about you? How? And even if people are saying that, why don't you kick back against that and say, no, it's about us. We're celebrating each other. But modern women, once again, when an anniversary comes around, even sometimes when a man's birthday comes around, it's all about her. Look what I did for you. And we're doing this and we're doing that. And the man just kind of steps back and he's like, this is stuff that she would want to do. Well, we're doing it together, which makes it important. Yeah, I get it. But how come you couldn't pick stuff that I like to do so we can do the stuff that I like to do together? At the very least, you could have picked something that we both like to do. These are things that you like to do. Selfish.
Piece of wasted my entire day. Wasted my entire.
How do you think I feel? It's my birthday.
Your birthday. You go be with someone else. You stupid piece of shit. You're wasting my time. My precious time being with you
on my
is
birthday?
Wasted. What the are you talking about? Are you kidding? You don't even deserve me.
And why is that?
Because are you kidding me? Reflect on yourself. Reflect on yourself.
Oh, it's my birthday,
You're so lucky you were with me.
And I see that. What do you mean? You're so lucky someone's with you, and you're still entertaining other guys.
Entertaining other guys? You're so fragile and insecure and little.
How can I be insecure?
You're so little.
What the fuck?
Fragile.
What the fuck would I be insecure about? No, I want to have boundaries. What do you mean?
My God,
any guy?
Why
would any guy want that?
Are you kidding me? I can have 5 better versions of you tomorrow. You're lucky you're with me in the first place.
And what's lucky about that?
Like goodbye.
You'll anyone.
Are you kidding? Okay.
Remember when I met you?
All right, bet. Keep that.
Like for 4 years. No, not even any bit of respect. No. Do you see me entertaining other girls?
Shut your fucking mouth. Look at your room.
Like, do I
Look
enter?
at your cardigan. It's a lady's cardigan. Like, ew. I'd rather go be with an actual man.
And entertain other guys while you're dating them?
No, I would entertain him.
Then why would you entertain other guys when you're dating me?
What are you saying, dude?
I'm asking you a question. Why are you entertaining other guys when you're dating me?
Drive. No one's entertaining. Like,
Well, I saw it with my own eyes. Why are you doing that?
What are you talking about? I'm not even with you. Drive. Like, I don't care for this shit. I do not care.
You can Uber home, actually.
I can Uber. I'm not Ubering!
Get out of my car.
You get
Kick her the out. That's it. Y'all said, what are we supposed to do if my wife won't cook and clean? Kick her the out. Y'all think that I became this way because my ex-husband was nice to me. He was not. He was not, okay? I learned that there was consequences to my actions, okay? And he followed through on those consequences. Y'all's wives don't know about consequences. Y'all know about the consequences in y'all because y'all wives run the relationship. If she don't want to cook, clean, or listen, if she is not doing any of them or even having sex with you, send her back to her punk ass mama house. She needs to learn how to be a mother again and a woman again. And if her mama can't get the job done, then you shouldn't be raising no grown ass woman. How about that? I mean, y'all sitting up here making up all the excuses in the world and not taking no action. That's the crazy part. That's why your wives act like that. That's why they don't respect you. That's why they don't listen to you. I'm telling you right now, kick her the out.
Bro just realized he got with a girl that was on the Choo Choo Express.
How many guys have you got with in one night before?
Like 10.
10?
Like 10.
You got with 10 guys in one night?
Well, it was before we were dating, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me. Like,
it doesn't matter.
No, I'm
dating.
being serious. Like, when did you go with 10 guys in one night?
It was before we were dating, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, like, what? It does matter.
It doesn't matter.
No,
we
it
were
matters
dating.
to me that you got with 10 guys in one night.
How long you guys been dating for?
A year?
It was before
10.
we
It
dated.
doesn't matter what In it one
It's
night.
true, it's fine.
No, 10. it's not fine. Who the fuck is her? Who is she? I don't even know her anymore. 10 girls in one night? 10 guys
Well,
in
we
one
weren't
night?
dating, so why does it matter?
It doesn't matter when it was. You're just I'm sorry, bro.
Are
Streets. She's
you
for the
serious?
streets. She's for the streets.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, I don't really think it's that bad. We weren't dating. Understandable. Like, it's
She keeps thinking that's the issue. It doesn't matter when it was. It's the hoe. For the streets. She's for the streets. She's for the streets.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He'll do better.
I f***ed a recently divorced mother. I don't know if any of you have ever done that, but recently divorced mothers just look for some guy to have intercourse with while they go look for, another husband or somebody to date or something. And that girl wanted me to be that guy. I told her, let me get this straight. You want to date other guys and just have me have intercourse with you? And she said, yeah, I'll just use you for physical stuff, but I'll go on dates with guys I'm trying to actually be serious with. And I said, so you want a guy to buy you dinner and then you're going to call me over to come you? And she said, yeah, what's the problem with that? I don't care if a guy's talking to other girls while he's dating me. And I was like, I don't want to do that to these poor guys. I don't even know these people, but at the end of the day, they're boys, and boys got to be there for boys. And she said, you're going to really feel bad for the guys I'm dating? You don't even know them. I said, doesn't matter. We're part of the same species. So I stopped talking to this lady completely. I just couldn't believe it. Like, imagine that. You go out to dinner with a girl, you think she likes you, and then my plows her. I don't want nothing to do with that. Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you. So
I don't think a lot of girls realize that all it takes is like one thing for your boyfriend to like look at you different. Like he can see something in your phone. He can see you say something to another man. He can see you talking about weird with your friends or whatever, and it'll just rewire the whole way he thinks about you. And I know you guys are gonna be in the comments talking about something. Well, it works the same way with girls. It actually doesn't, because you guys stay with cheaters all the time. You guys get pregnant by niggas that don't even like you. You guys do that all the time. It's statistically a fact. But with us, it rewires the entire way we think about you guys. You know what I'm saying? And it could be like, if it could be anything, like the nigga could go through your phone and see you were talking about a different dude with your friend. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna see that, and then he's just gonna start treating you differently. He's gonna start looking at you differently, and you guys won't even know, because that's how dumb you guys are. Sorry, not sorry, man.
I almost lost my husband for the lack of respect that I showed him in our relationship. I grew up around women who I believed were not respectful towards men. They got loud, always were fighting. And for me, I always said I would never do that to my spouse. When I got married to Vincent, I worked very hard to make sure I never did those things. And in my mind, that correlated as I respect him. And it wasn't until we kept arguing and we kept fighting. And the one thing that he would bring up and say, you don't respect me. And in my mind, I'm like, but I do respect you. Like, I thank him for his grace and his patience with me as I have learned, and I am still learning what respect look like. But as a woman, I've also learned that we can't come into a relationship with a man and do it based on even what we feel like we've healed from or what we've learned from past relationships. We have to really take the time to listen to that man, to truly understand what he desires and what his image of something is, instead of taking it offensively as, well, what we do is not good enough. A lot of men who are emotionally intelligent know what they want. They just have to feel and understand that we come from a humble place and we care about learning what something looks like to them. And if that man truly sees you as his purpose partner, he will be empathetic to the skills that you have not yet attained, and he will help cultivate you and grow into the woman that you and he desires.
Here is a PSA for all of you married women who are thinking of divorcing your good husband, the perfect husband, but you don't know what's wrong with him. Let me put a warning out there. There are plenty of other women waiting for him to be released from your clutch, okay? So before you divorce that so-called perfect man, you said so yourself, there are other women waiting for the chances to slide into his DM. And then when that happens, 2-3 months down the road or even a year, don't get upset. Okay, don't come online and say, oh, he's such a narcissistic guy who move on to his new supply, infatuation supply. Shut the fuck up, okay? A lot of you are not qualified to diagnose narcissistic behavior. A lot of you women over here are narcissistic too. So don't get Pikachu face when the man is immediately picked up from the streets, you know? You guys say, oh yeah, from the street. And then you guys got so jealous. I've seen this video, this lady. Oh, he is now, move on with the new wife. And he's narcissistic. Please, you just upset that he move on before your. Had you move on before him, or you would be showing off the, oh, look at me. Yeah. Keep playing. A lot of you Western women play too much. I don't know who I am at 32. If you can't figure your out at 32, you need Jesus. I need water! Hello.
Hi, they're saying that they want you off of their aircraft.
Can I have some water? I thought you guys were going to bring me some water.
No. So if you do not get off the plane, we are going to deboard the entire plane, and we will pull you off of the plane.
You're going to pull the... Stay calm.
Sorry,
I'll leave here for the water. I'll just keep coloring.
Okay. Can we deboard the plane, please?
They don't want me on this aircraft.
Yeah. Let's just talk
because
about
I'm tall, because I'm white, because I'm black.
What?
Everyone on this plane, remember, I will be the first U.S. female president in the United States of the...
Here, come over here.
Hey, can we walk and talk?
Stop. Put your hands behind your back.
Why are you arresting me?
What's right here?
No!
Try to get tased. Get on the fucking ground right now.
Why? I'm gonna call my husband!
What in the actual fuck?
You know, stupid man. Let's go back. Let's go back to that clip where the woman was saying, if a man is emotionally intelligent, then he's basically going to bear with you. I don't have these skills yet. I'm trying to learn my man. I'm trying to do the best that I can. He might be upset. He might get, frustrated, but he's going to bear with you. He's going to bear with you because he's going to understand he has a good woman. You're going to be making the effort. Oh, I'm sorry. What can I do for you? How can I make it up to you? So even if he is upset, he's going to understand. I didn't mean it. I'll try not to do it next time. Now you have to understand, as a man, people aren't perfect. So she might do it again, right? And she might forget. And so you guys have conversations, and, you know, honestly and truly, there are some things that people try to do or try not to do, but they never truly shake it, because, you know, it just one of those things that it just clashes with who they are as a person, and then they try to be a better person for you, or try to be what you need, but that's just who you married, right? And so you kind of have to give space and leeway for that. But if a woman is trying, then a lot of men say, I understand that, you know, she gets on my nerves sometimes. She's my headache, but I still love her nonetheless, because I understand that I have a loyal partner with me.
Listen, a woman that really likes you don't give a damn what y'all do. You ain't got to spend a lot of money. Y'all ain't got to go nowhere fancy. She just want to be up in your skin. So as long as y'all are spending quality time together, she is happy. Okay, those females that talk about how bored they are because y'all don't ever go here or there, run for your life, my boy.
Hey, this is crazy, because it's several things to this. First of all, as men, we all know this, and we have to have some accountability, because we didn't pick those women. Maybe because they weren't as attractive as we wanted them to, our girlfriends to be, right? We've all had one girl like that, right? And so you have to say to yourself, you were a bit vain that you didn't choose the woman that treated you right. You know, we all have standards, but, you know, you got to think about that too. It could start out like that, and then she'll grow tired of doing all that, and then she'll want to do some stuff later on. The more commitment you give, the more levels you unlock. And, you know, sometimes you got your girl you really like, and y'all hanging out, and she being in your skin, but she get tired of being in your skin. Now she want to go to Tulum. Now she want to go to Jamaica. Now she want to go to Fogo de Chao. You know, like, she getting tired of raising canes. And did.
If you're talking to a guy and you say something along the lines of, oh, I'm so hungry, oh, I didn't eat today, and he doesn't offer to get you food or offer to order you food or bring you food, or you don't get a Cash App Zelle notification in 5 minutes, he doesn't like you.
I'll get up here on the internet and just be begging for food, begging for money. And then when somebody don't want to give you their money, it's always money with you people. Y'all get on the internet and call them men broke or something like that. And it's tantamount to a homeless person panhandling on the side of the road, and they're like, you have $1. And you say, nah, I ain't got $1 for you. They say, broke ass nigga. You broke, get your money up. You poor. Like, wait, hold on now. You're on the street. You're begging for $1, but I'm poor? Do y'all feel no shame getting on the internet openly talking about how y'all be dry begging men for money? For meals? Grown adult talking about, I'm so hungry. I wish I had a free bag of chips. Grown adult, you got money. Go get some food. Like, it's different if we hanging out, right? Let's say we together. You like, man, I'm hungry. And I'm like, you know, I'm hungry too. Let's go get something to eat. But if I'm just chilling, I get a text, I'm so hungry. The loser, go get some food. You're like, I only understand it if we're together and you say, I'm hungry, and I'm saying, let's go eat. Okay, makes sense. But you just gonna randomly hit me up. I'm so hungry. Can I have a bowl of soup, please, sir? Can I have some more? Please, spare me. Right, begging poor peasants, I'm telling you.
I met Brandon Jamal in person. I met him last year. He did give me the vibe of someone who actually hates women. I don't know how to explain the exact vibe. He gave me the vibe of like someone who would put their hands on women. I wish I had the text messages.
I have the text messages. I have them.
Ended up threatening to hit me.
Now, some may think this is a sad day because of all this slander, but no, ladies and gentlemen, rejoice. Not only is she lying, I have a witness, so I get to sue her. She's a retired OF girl. I'ma need that money. No, but real, I am gonna sue you.
Keep your wife off the
internet. Why does your wife have a microphone in her face? Do not allow your wife to start a motherfucking podcast, bro.
Yes.
Okay, there can be one entertainer in this family, and it shall be me. I'm the comedian. I'm out here on this road, and I'm out here getting the money. Let me use some of this money to help you do some other things, yo. Because you don't need a microphone in your face because you going to around and ruin us.
She said I was popping my at frat parties, and she's a sheltered Indian girl who thought that meant dancing. And then the rest of us were like, what the fuck did you really mean by that? Everything on the pod.
She's almost sucking.
No.
She never said that? There was never a video about that?
She said the Akash's balls smell like a homeless person.
Damn. Not Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
They call her chicken curry.
God damn.
What they didn't talk about on the podcast, and they didn't bring this up on purpose, is her telling stories of letting men go down on her while currently on a period, and how a man isn't a man unless he wants to do that. She's 30 years old, by the way, with the mindset of a adolescent. These girls will do everything else besides deep penetration and still claim virginity. How are you a virgin that's orgasm? Please tell me that. By the way, how disgusting of a person do you have to be for that to be a thought? As if I want my lips to taste like pennies in order to please you. Absurd.
You don't think your wife was like, get these microphones away from the radio host. This motherfucker out here destroying our marriage.
But no, that's true. But all of that is true.
You and the Jesseline Singh
yes,
of your own household.
all of that is true. I'm in the radio station putting on an axe sniffing seats, wilding the out. Yes, embarrassing myself and embarrassing my wife.
Yo, I'm glad we could have this intervention here too, bro. That's what we're doing this week.
So yes,
it's Christmas spirit.
So I'm saying all of that to say, women, learn from my mistakes. Stay off these podcasts.
I think it's very important to note that you cannot blame the internet for this disaster. It's a mismanagement of what is valuable in a woman, and then marrying that woman, and then also it's a mismanagement of your own boundaries. And because so much got mismanaged and none of his friends stepped up to give him the real.
Guys have legitimate complaints about women. Legitimate. They're tired of being used. They're tired of feeling like, oh, the woman is always right. They never get an apology. They get treated with disrespect. They're tired of not being appreciated. They're tired of having you come and say you want all these things from them. But when they ask what you bring to the table or have the audacity to suggest that something they really value isn't on the table, and that perhaps you yourself are not enough to be the table, then somehow you have an attitude problem about it, right? They're tired of all of those things and more.
Earlier this month, Jordan Pauline went live extremely emotional about an alleged incident that happened after the Streamer Awards. Online, people connected her story to Tylil James, another streamer. In this live, she described herself as being essayed by him. After weeks of silence and ridicule from the internet, tonight Tylil went live to clear his name. He started off with a video of them both in bed and her asking him, "Did we just have one night stand?" Tylil claimed she started acting funny after his girlfriend called him up on the phone. So after intercourse with her, she later wanted to leave. He said he had no problem with that. He got her an Uber. She found out that it was a Toyota when she went downstairs, and she demanded a black truck. So he canceled that Toyota. He showed the receipts of that. And then he requested her a black truck. He also showed the receipts for that. Then he shows a screenshot of her Uber. So even though she had already made it home, she texted his friend basically asking for some money for her ride back home. The next day, she requests $2,000 from Tylil that says, "For playing with me." Tylil did mention that while they were in bed together, his girlfriend called. So maybe that's why she felt some type of way. However, she did know that he had a girlfriend this whole time. He never sent her the money, so she sent him texts like this. That's when she took it to the internet to say that she was essayed. After her accusation, she sent him a text. To me, it sounds like extortion. She wanted money. She wanted money from him. She wanted money from the friend, and she didn't get it, so she took it to the internet. And I hate that this happened to Tylil. Essay allegations is nothing that you want to have on your name, and it's nothing that people should just be walking around lying about. This is absolutely crazy.
But the Lord told me, he said, there is a spirit amongst women now where they do not honor men the way that they are supposed to honor men. And I didn't like that. Because I was like, I'm not saying that to these ladies in this modern day society and get my neck cut off. One thing the Lord does with me, when I kind of am ignoring the Lord, I don't respond. I just don't say anything. And then he walk around, you heard me. I was like, Lord, I'm not trying to address this. Y'all, there are times, everything is spiritual. There are times when a spirit will come upon men in a generation to destroy women. You've seen that in the past. Then, when a particular society has adjusted and recognized that that is not wrong, then the ones that were being destroyed become the destroyers. And so now the Lord told me this, and I'm like, Lord, I do not want to share this. I'm going to share it later. I just felt led to drop it now. Y'all, I want you to hear something very, very clear. And ladies, just, you don't have to say amen. It's funny, I don't even want to look at the ladies. I'm just looking at the cameras. You have to judge yourself today because the enemy is looking for a way to take away the traditional things that were rooted in Scripture and now make everything about using each other.
Like I said before, these modern women, they're treacherous. They're treacherous. The way they handle themselves, the way they act, they're treacherous. So much so to the point that you have a man out here, a pastor is like, man, I didn't want to say this. I didn't want to be a part of this. You know, I felt something, you know, in my spirit. Somebody was asking me to say X, Y, or God was asking me to say X, Y, and Z, and I didn't want to do it because I'm afraid of the backlash, right? Modern women in their feelings, and this is nothing new because it was happening in the old days, in their feelings can honestly and truly get you eliminated. I mean, we talk about getting doxxed and somebody coming to your house and or you losing your job or your career or your ministry and stuff like that. Modern women, with the way that they act, we've seen it before. They will get you eliminated. They talk about how dangerous men are. These modern women, because they're so reckless and they're so careless, will get you eliminated.